My name is Jeff Crudgington. I'm the founder and director of OliveR2R. We're a recruitment company based in Shoreditch. I personally specialise in the construction side of things, having a background in construction recruitment, working for two large corporations in the past. My concentration is mainly on the candidate, if I'm completely honest. We've got an excellent relationship with our clients already, and we're building on that by delivering them good quality candidates. I have to really and truly treat my candidates like gold. There's no other real way to say this. It's a candidate-driven market, and I find maybe we approach it a little bit differently is first and foremost we meet all of our candidates, but we don't only meet our candidates just to tell the client that we've met them. We do this to get a full debrief. So what sort of money they're looking for, if that's realistic, what sort of career structure they're looking for. Some people are very interested in getting to the top. Some people want to sit as a principal, bill a lot of money and earn a lot of money without having the stress. Culture is a massive thing. What sort of environment that they want to work in, what they're trying to get away from, and why they're trying to get away from that. That allows us to get a full idea of what the candidate's actually looking for, and rather than sort of pigeonhole them into sort of a general retcon or senior recruitment consultant position, we can then go and create these opportunities with our clients. We're quite privileged to have a very close working relationship with our clients, and thus being able to deliver excellent roles to our candidates. How we deal with our candidates is how we would like someone to deal with one of our family members when they're looking for work. So rather than just looking at them as a placement or how much money we can earn out of that person, I personally find that if you deal with people in the right way, with respect, and actually try and find something that they're going to be interested in, you're going to get a long-term relationship out of that person and ultimately earn a lot more money out of them anyway. Especially if you're dealing with clients and who are looking for people who are off-market, which is what we specialise in. We specialise in off-market candidates. So we then have to make sure that we've got something that's going to tempt them away from their current role. We target successful people. It's hard to get successful people out because obviously success breeds happiness. So how we target our clients is literally identifying the sort of people that we would like to work for. There's a big old cliche that you don't leave companies, you leave managers. We've actually found this to be very true. Some people are not as good as putting across how good their company are. Some people are too good at putting across how good their company are, and maybe then their company is not the right one for you. So we do a lot of research before we come to a candidate with a client. We can tell them their financials, we can tell them who works there, who's been successful, why they've been successful, the kind of people that they're working with, which I think is a very important thing if you're going to be working the sort of hours that recruitment requires you to work. A good thing as well is that we only try to deal with open-minded clients. So if we have something that's a little bit of an oddball, a little bit of a special request, or if we've got an excellent candidate who genuinely just wants one sort of position and they know it's hard to find, then we are capable of delivering them sorts of positions from the relationships we build with our clients. Okay, so you can get in contact with me on my mobile number, which is 07539 891 751. I've always got that phone glued to my ear, especially if you ask my missus, she will vouch for that. You can also email me if you're at work and you can't get away, jeff@oliver2r.co.uk, or just look on the website and grab the landline number off of that. I would say 50% of my role is identifying who's good in the industry. So there's no point me approaching people with a role which we're going to think is unrealistic. So we really do our homework. 9 times out of 10, when we do contact a candidate, it will be off the back of a referral or a recommendation. We'll find out, we'll try to get a bit of an idea of roughly what they're billing, so what they can hope to achieve as in regards to a basic, maybe a few hobbies, and try and get them in with people that have got the same sort of hobbies. And most importantly, what their level of ambition is. There's a lot of companies out there that have got very high ambitions. This might not suit a certain candidate. Slow and steady does also win the race as much as what smashing the phones out and being a million miles an hour also does. So what you can expect of us if we are to represent you as a candidate is a knowledgeable recruiter who's been where you've been and been successful at what you've done. How we market that to a candidate is usually by being very honest with them, giving them experiences and giving them case studies. So everyone we will go to see will have case studies of to say, this is what we've done for this person, Do you think that you'd like that, for instance? These are the benefits that this person found. This is the situation they was in. Do you think that situation is similar? And what we found, Jack, is that the majority of the time, most people are in similar situations, and they either want to progress and they're not finding that where they are. They're not getting on with their manager or their management style. They feel a bit bored. Maybe they want to change sector, or they're just finding it really hard at the time. I would say actually, the number one reason for why people want to leave is to earn more money. I think one thing we've got all in common, what we've all got in common, is the fact that we're all very sales driven, money motivated. I don't think anyone woke up when I was at school and said, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a doctor, I want to be in construction recruitment. I think we do it for the money. So where you can earn the most money is usually where people go. The ethos of OliveR2R is being very honest, open-minded, and being willing. Them three things I think are pretty indispensable in my daily life anyway, and that's the sort of culture that we like to promote here. I've got staff here that have been in construction recruitment for nearly 10 years, and the reason why we went down that level is because I personally believe that the best advice is going to be coming from someone who's sat in your position before. It's all well and good saying I think, or I think this, or I think that, but if you can give relevant case studies and you can say, well, I've been in your position and this is what I've done, I think that holds a lot more weight. Now, we've got very nice offices. The reason why we've got nice offices is because I like my staff to be happy in their roles. I think if they're happy in their role and they're not put under so much pressure, then they're able to deliver a much better level of service. I've always been taught that sales comes from the Latin of service. So it's not about sort of badgering someone or smashing someone into somewhere. It's about providing a quality place that recruiters can come to and get genuine advice. Whether you're looking or not looking, that's irrelevant to us. Ultimately, you will be looking at some stage, and hopefully, if we've given you good advice, then you'd come back to us. Why am I different? Well, I think that's it's really very hard now to say without sounding like I'm a tape, because I think everyone thinks that they're different for the same reasons, which is quite ironic because it makes everyone the same. I just work really hard. I'm always available on the phone. I work very hard. I'm knowledgeable. I know what I'm doing. And more importantly, I do it. And an idea is just an idea until you put it into action. So yeah, we're very consultative, very, very consultative. My candidates, what I base myself on really, what they say about me, and I think the general conception is that I'm good to work with. I'm a nice person to work with. I'll give you good advice, and ultimately we're consultants in this industry. So that's how I sell, very consultatively. Sit you down, have a chat with you, find out what you're looking for. If there's something out there, which there always is, then we'll send you on them interviews. If not, that's fine. Okay, so probably the top three things we look for in a candidate is, number one, that they're open-minded and they're willing to look at ideas. If you're not interested, then you're not interested. That's absolutely fine. We're not here to sort of reinvent the wheel, and we don't want to sort of push you into anything. If you're open-minded, then we can start working. So open-minded is a very big one, really. Ambitious is a very, very important part of what we look for. Again, if you're ambitious and I come to you with a very, very good option and it's a solid opportunity, then the chances are you will go for that. And I would say the last one is willing. Again, so the principles that we work with. So if you're the sort of person that's willing to put yourself out a little bit, change things up, for a better end game, then that's what we're looking for. My goals first and foremost is to be a good dad to my kids. I think that's the most important thing. If I can show them a good way to live, I'd die a very, very happy man. I try to practice the principles that I think I would like my kids to act like. So again, being very honest, being kind, being caring. How I translate that into making money, again, is by building relationships. I work very, very, very hard, so I have a very, very high hit rate. That of what a normal recruiter would probably have. But these targets are targeted for a reason. These are people that we think that we can develop over the time. My ambitions for OliveR2R are quite simple. Everything I do, I want to be the best at, and I think it's very, very realistic that we can be the number one rec-to-rec company within the space of about 2 years. What we're in there, yeah, within about 2 years. That's what we're hoping for, anyway. How we're going about doing that, because it's all right saying that this is what you want. How are you going to get to it? We're recruiting very, very experienced staff. We're very heavy in investment. We're trying to be different. We're trying to think of different ways of doing things. We've just employed a very, very good marketing director, associate director level people. We're paying top money to attract top talent so they can give you top advice.